My aunt wants me to give up my unborn baby to my godly infertile cousin. What? This story was first posted on Reddit on June 18th of 2024, and here we go. I, 24 female, am currently 8 months pregnant with a baby girl, and my aunt/cousin have been giving me trouble since I have announced the news. My partner and I already adore our girl and have no plans to give her up, but my aunt wants me to give up my child to my cousin, who has been suffering from infertility for the past 5 years. What goes on in this world? For more context, my aunt has raised my sister and I as a motherly figure after our mother passed away when we were very young. We have been quite close with our aunt/cousin throughout our life and have been trying to support my cousin through her struggles with infertility. My aunt is also very religious, being a Mormon, who regularly attends church and has a very rigid, close-minded view on morality/values and living a good life. She believes that a child deserves a strong, fundamental religious upbringing with a strong, providing father and a loving, attentive mother. Since my partner is not Christian, and because we both have full-time jobs and careers, she believes that my child will grow up confused and misguided in our household due to our religious differences, lacking a proper sense of identity and adequate care. Wow. See, I wouldn't even know how to deal with that. That's enough for me. She says she fears that our child's well-being will not be put first in such an environment and that our kid could likely go down a dark, immoral path. According to her, my cousin, who works part-time from home, and her husband are way better able to provide my child with a loving home and good values and religion. I have both my aunt and cousin blocked on most forms of communication, and I have moved to a new home where they do not know the address. My partner and I also got married in a private ceremony, so they won't have control over my medical decisions. Wow, I can't believe I'm only a paragraph in. This is insane. Out of the two, my aunt has been more aggressive towards me and even showed up to my old apartment one day to scream and argue with me about the situation. She, in a fake nice tone, tried to get me to come with her to a cafe near the church to speak with me about the baby, even when I told her there is nothing to be discussed and that I'm keeping my baby.
How dare you!
I spoke with the apartment manager and had to hide until she left after half an hour. My aunt also has her church friends after me. They sometimes regularly send me hostile text messages and voicemails. This is creepy. I would be worried about them kidnapping my baby, no joke. My cousin has been on the quieter side towards me and has been struggling with depression and trauma from her latest pregnancy last year, ending in a stillbirth of her baby girl after preterm labor at 30 weeks. She's been regularly posting on social media and has joined motherhood-related groups. We feel for the cousin no matter what. That doesn't mean that you can just take someone else's baby, but we feel for you. I've heard through gossip that she's trying to get a baby through those groups and has been banned from a considerable amount of them, to her dismay. You can't just have someone's baby. She had been harassing young moms and widows for their babies. My cousin is desperate for a baby to fix her family and is apparently willing for my name to give birth for my baby girl, who she apparently sees her own late baby in. My aunt and her are apparently sure that I will be overwhelmed with my decision and the responsibilities with motherhood that I will give up/give more to my baby by letting my cousin and her husband adopt her. My aunt says that giving my baby to my cousin shouldn't be as hard as it could be because we are family, and that I could have a baby later on as I am still young and have plans to attend grad school after working for a while. My brain is just not accepting that this is real. My cousin also apparently wants to get into contact as we had before my pregnancy. I will not be speaking to her again until after I give birth to see where she is then and to prevent further stress during my pregnancy. I have been very supportive of her through her infertility journey and generally liked her more than my aunt growing up, but her behavior and thinking have shocked me and are making me fear for my safety. Yes, I am planning a big wedding party for next year since my partner and I privately got married this year, and I'm not sure if my cousin/aunt would be invited and able to come. None of my business, but If I have any vote in the situation, don't invite them. I have a lot of family support from both sides right now, apart from those who are close to them and on their side, but I'm not sure if that support will be as strong in a year and what my relationship with my aunt/cousin will be then. I have skipped some family events that I know they will be at, but I don't want to miss out on those family gatherings and fun forever. I'm not sure what the future will look like with my aunt or cousin after my baby and the issues that arise with that. Any support would be appreciated. I don't know if my advice is any use here. Because mine is run and hide and never speak to them again.
Very good advice.
We have the first update, which came June 21st, 2024. This will be a small update. We got in contact with the local church leader and talked to them about the situation with my aunt and cousin, who are both active members. We talked to him for a while. He initially dismissed my concerns as personal conflict between family and tried to refer us over to counseling services. We explained to him that my cousin is dealing with trauma from her baby's death and that she is having false hopes about adopting my baby, which would be raised in a good home. We also told him that my aunt is feeding into those hopes and has been harassing me on her behalf, causing disturbance and a lot of stress. He told me he understood my side and that he knew what my cousin has been going through with her inability to have kids. He said he would contact my aunt and cousin to see what they have to say about the situation. I talked again with him today. He said that my aunt and cousin would like to speak with me and that they were concerned that I stopped communicating with them, especially since I moved away. I explained to him that their behavior regarding my baby influenced me to do those things and pressed him on what they said. He said that my cousin had talked with a church therapist and was looking into adoption to start a family because her IVF treatments were likely not going to produce a child with her condition. Again, I have empathy for her and her situation. Adopting is a lot different than just gimme. That's creepy. I emphasized to him that I was not giving up my baby and that my cousin had been thinking such. He said they understood that and started asking me for personal details on how I was doing now. He was again trying to set up a meeting between us and my aunt and cousin and referring us to services. I told him I was not comfortable with that at the moment, and he told me to at least call my cousin once. He said he will meet with my aunt on Sunday since I was too scared to do it on my own. Our call ended after that. I will comment any update on what he says in coming days under this post. Edit. To be clear, I didn't give him any personal information and have no plans for any in-person meeting with my aunt or my cousin. We are in contact with legal help. We do not live in Utah. We got another update, but we are gonna hydrate first. Take a sip of water or you don't get to hear the rest. I'm just kidding. That would not be fair. Cheers. Update number 2, which was 1 week later on June 28th, 2024. We spoke again with the bishop. He said that there isn't much he can personally do to resolve the situation within his capacity between me and my aunt and cousin other than refer to counseling services. I asked him if he did meet with my aunt and he said he did. Their conversation was apparently focused on my cousin and helping her heal. He told me my cousin was also grieving the loss of communication with me and my sister, who hasn't been talking much to her anymore. I told him that my cousin was trying to take my baby to replace hers and that her and my aunt's behavior was threatening the safety and well-being of me and my family. I think he was losing interest in the conversation, so he just told me to do whatever I feel is best for my family, but to consider the grief my cousin has been through and contact family counseling services for further help on this matter. Me and my parents sent him an email afterwards with a copy to our lawyer to close off communication. Probably for the best. I don't think we're getting anywhere with that. I decided to unblock my cousin and send her a message. I told her that my partner and I are keeping our baby and that is not up for discussion. I encouraged her to seek proper therapy if she hasn't already done so and told her that I am not comfortable with her husband, or my aunt being involved in my child's life. She hasn't responded yet. Regardless of what she says, our relationship will not return to as it was before, and she will not be a part of my child's life. Oh God, I don't think she's gonna handle that well. We got the next update. This came 5 months later, and just about a week ago on November 25th, 2024. This is the final update as of now. Buckle up. Here is the update everyone has been waiting for. I was busy in the last few months with the birth and projects I've been working on as I recover from birth and take care of my new baby. Congratulations. You won't see this, but congratulations. I logged into Reddit a few times since then, but haven't gotten a chance to update. I am 25 now and my baby is almost 4 months old. Time flies. She is doing well and brings us so much joy. I love going on walks with her and she's growing up so fast. I am planning to go back to work soon, looking for a new job. Thank you all for the concern and well wishes, and I hope everyone is having a great time during the Thanksgiving holiday season. Now, the update that everyone is looking forward to. My cousin and aunt. Since my last update, my cousin and aunt went silent for a while and my cousin didn't respond to my texts. In August, my aunt reached out to me through a new number and asked how I was and if I had the baby yet. We talked. She was concerned about my/baby's well-being since I distanced myself from a lot of my family and had to leave my job. I asked about my cousin. She says they have been trying to adopt a baby through their church connections, but nothing has been successful so far because they probably just started on that. I asked about whether they consulted with a proper adoption agency, but my aunt said that my cousin's husband's past may become a problem. Didn't know about that.
Say what now?
I'm even more concerned. And she proceeded to rant about how the white birth rate is dropping and how people were actively denying themselves parenthood. She asked me if I still wanted the baby. Oh God, give it up. Don't give up the baby. That's not what I meant. I meant her. She needs to give up the idea that you're gonna give them your baby. She asked me if I still wanted the baby and got angry about 9th month abortions. She is pro-life without exceptions. I reaffirmed to her that I did, and she talked about how my cousin was getting old, but she's in her early 30s. Hey now! I know I'm getting old. And that her nest is still empty. She wanted me to at least share the joy and let my cousin be in my daughter's life and spend time with her. And then steal her. I told her that would not be possible due to their past behavior. I fear that my cousin would try to become her mother and let her delusions get to her again. My aunt said that my cousin was trying to become better and got some church counseling. I still told her no. Then she asked me if I knew anyone or any resources to adopt a baby. I told her I didn't and that my cousin/her husband should be careful and patient with trying to become parents. Don't do something irrational, okay? My aunt emphasized how becoming parents was important to my cousin and her husband because they deserve children at this point and for their reputation since everyone around them is reaching the parenthood milestone. Welcome to the club. She asked about my future family plans and pushed me on when I'm going to get pregnant again/have my next child. She told me family planning was important, especially after this surprise pregnancy, and asked if they could be involved next time. As the call went on, more and more of her past/usual behavior became apparent and I was getting tired of it. I wanted to end the call, but she ended it first because she had some activity. Thankfully, I have my sister to keep me in the loop with what's happening with my aunt/cousin and other matters regarding my family and my old church. According to my sister, my cousin's overall mental health seems to have improved from her worst, but she still has her deep depressive periods. She sometimes feels very empty with her lack of children and her worsened relationships with me and my sister. My cousin and her husband are also trying to find an IVF doctor abroad in hopes of a miracle since a lot of their options are shutting down here. Again, we do sympathize with infertility with your cousin, 100%. My cousin apparently still views my baby as something she lost. It was never yours. Wild. But she believes God will give her kids soon and has been trying to get her sins forgiven. We are skipping Thanksgiving with my side of the family in a few days for obvious reasons. I am going back to the workforce soon, likely after all the holidays. I have my childcare arrangements ready with all the necessary precautions, and the future's looking good overall. Again, thank you for all your support, and let me know if you have any questions about anything, Mormonism, my family, motherhood, etc. My only concern or question would be, I truly hope the daycare is aware. And it sounds like it is, but I would highly focus on that. That's terrifying. This situation, like, maybe I'm just a dramatic person, but it's just not sitting right. And people do some crazy things, and they act on impulse and strong feelings, and that just really scares me. So let me know your guys' thoughts though. I'm interested. Stay classy out there, stay sassy, and I'll see you tomorrow.